Hunters, welcome back to another Flush 'em and Dust 'em podcast. We're excited to have everyone come back and listen. Tonight we have Alan Rasmussen out of Utah. I actually met him at Pheasant Fest, and we hooked up there, got to know each other, and so we've said, hey, let's bring on the podcast. He's a big chukar hunter from out in the Utah area, like I said, and we had a great conversation at Pheasant Fest. So Alan, what did you think of Pheasant Fest?
That was my first time, ever going. So I didn't know what to really expect, but I think it kind of blew my expectations out of the water as far as vendors, people, a lot of like-minded people. I mean, it was just like hanging out with a bunch of people I already knew. So it was cool to be able to talk hunting, and when you have that common ground, it's easy to connect with people. So
you guys were in the thick of things, right in the center aisle. I mean, I walked through, I went over and visited the Hunt Ready booth and visited you guys at Final Rise, and man, you get to where we were kind of on the outer edge, but man, you get in the middle of there, and it was crazy the amount of people that were walking through there.
Right. Yeah.
I don't even know how you guys kept up with things.
I don't know how we did either.
How far a drive is that from Utah?
It was supposed to be around 13 hours, but going out there, it took about 20.
Wow.
We ran into some snow, so we couldn't go through Wyoming. So we had to go through Colorado and up that way. So
did you guys have to haul a trailer out?
Yeah. Matt Davis with Final Rise. We all, Derek, Matt's wife, and myself, all jumped in the truck and made the trek.
That's a long haul.
Yeah,
it is a long haul.
Yeah,
so, it was fun though.
It was a blast. It was a good time. Yeah,
very good time. Awesome. Well, Alan, give us an introduction of you now that we've got through the Pheasant Fest. Tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Alan Rasmussen, born and raised in Utah. Just, at the time was a small town, about 40 minutes south of Salt Lake. So currently I live in, I'll call it the Heart of Chukar Country, because I live in Tooele County in Utah. So anyone that has hunted chukars in Utah is probably knows where Tooele County is, though. So I'm right out in it. And
did you specifically move there for chukar hunting?
I secretly had a little motive moving out here, but it conveniently worked out for work and lifestyle. Live at a property where I could raise some animals and things like that. So
that's awesome. So did you grew up chukar hunting then, or what got you into hunting?
So I grew up on horses and with cows and things like that. So my dad we'll call it elk hunted, but it was more of a ride for him, he just wanted to get out and ride his animals and ride. We grew up on mules and horses, and so a lot of big game hunting. And then he did have a bird dog when I was little, and so he had a short hair that he'd hunt with, and then he also had a wire hair that he hunted with. But when I was about 10, he kind of got out of the bird dog hunting and got more into hounds and mountain lion and bear hunting. So
have you done mountain lion hunting?
Yeah, so I've done that quite a bit. Did it with my dad and my brother. They're really big into it.
Tell us a little about that. I want to hear.
It's for me, I didn't get as much I didn't have as much fun doing it, because I always had the anxiety of my dog's gone. I can't find my dog. And this was kind of before the GPS days and, things like that. I mean, they had a collar where they had to pull out the antenna and it would beep, kind of tell them the area that the animals were in. And I was always worried my dog was going to get lost or killed, or
Yeah.
So it was anxiety for me, but fun for them. And seeing the mountain lion or a bear in a tree is definitely nothing else like it.
Do know Kyler Nelson?
Kyler Nelson, I don't.
He works for Wingmasters Outfitters and Adventures.
Okay.
I know he hunts like part of Canada, but then like part of the Montana area, and he's always so. I had a buddy that hunted with him. He does wolf hunts, bear hunts, mountain lion hunts, and on his page he has an elk here. So I don't know if that's just his personal elk or if that's somebody else's elk that he took out guiding. But he guides hunts too, just like that.
Okay.
So he's kind of up northwest there. So I was just curious if you knew who that was.
I don't. Doesn't sound familiar. So yeah.
Interesting. It's exciting.
Yeah.
We'll come out and try it. We'll come out and try
it. Come out and try it. So
I
do have a bear tag this year. So hopefully I can
you use a bow or a rifle?
I may use a bow. I'll probably bait one in, see if I can bait it. And if not, then I've got some friends with dogs and we'll put some dogs on it. So
how many dogs are people usually running when they're running either mountain lions or bears?
Anywhere from really 4 or 5, on up. Yeah.
Nice.
Probably, really the more the better, I would think. So,
yeah. That would be interesting. I'd be more worried about the damn mountain lion sneaking back on you or something and jumping out of the tree.
Yeah, getting a little payback.
Yeah. So what, obviously, so your dad and brother did more big game hunting. What got you back into the birds?
I always had a passion for birds, bird hunt. I even though I didn't have a dog, I bird hunted, with friends or with people that had, dogs, duck hunted, things like that. But it wasn't until I got my short hair about a little over 7 years ago that I was like, I want to get back into it. And I did a lot of research on, what kind of hunting, what kind of, what did I want to do, because I'd never really hunted chukars and hard until I got my short hair, like I said, about 7 years ago. So
yeah, what's the learning curve like to get into chukar hunting compared to, if you can think back to your first couple of years to where you've progressed now? And obviously I'm sure technology has helped some with that, with the Garmin collars, because if I remember right, you run Garmin, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So how has, from when you first started, kind of the learning curve that you had to have, and what has technology done to even help it progress further?
It's huge. Speaking about the Garmin collar is, probably the first year I went out, I didn't have a collar. So it was anxiety of where he's at, and trying to keep him ranged in. He likes to run at probably around 300 to 400 yards.
Wow.
That can be off to the next canyon or 2 canyons over, so if he's on point, you're basically just, it's a lot.
How would you that first year without a collar, how would you even know where he was at?
I just tried to somewhat stay on him,
So you were in better shape then than you are now, is what you're saying.
I don't know. I think I'm in better shape now, so I don't know how I did it. I probably recalled him a lot because I did have an e-collar, and I probably kept him within range. But I shortly after that invested in a GPS collar. So
was the Garmin go ahead, Nick?
No, go ahead.
Was the Garmin the first one that you had, or was there?
Yeah, I had the Alpha 100.
Okay.
Yep.
So they've been out for that long.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Tyler just got the Alpha 200i.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't have.
I have that one now. So
which I'm excited. I've just used it for when we've taken the dogs out running and stuff, just to get used to it and whatnot. And it's pretty nice. I got Nick and those guys got the watch for it, so super pumped about that.
Yes, you'll love that.
Yeah,
if you haven't watch before, it's
that's what I've heard.
It sounds petty to look down at your watch, but it's nice.
Yeah. So what's your, obviously you got back into bird hunting once you got your dog, and is there other birds that you chased out in Utah, or is Chukar just the main bird?
No, I mean, so in September 1st, the grouse, we have some duskies, some blue grouse, a lot of ruffs, so September, 1st of September is when the grouse hunt starts. And toward the end of September, the Chukar hunt starts, but it's usually hot and I'm packing a lot of water and I don't like snakes.
Oh yeah.
So
you have rattlesnakes and stuff out there?
Yeah, a lot of rattlesnake. Yeah. Yep.
Is that the main poison one, or do you have any?
Yeah, that's the main one. Yep.
Have you ever ran into one?
Yeah, I have.
Dog get bit? Dog get
What's
bitten?
that?
Has your dog ever got bitten?
No, luckily, no.
Oh man.
So yeah.
Did you have them snake trained or anything?
No, I don't. I do have I did give them that, whatever, the vaccine, the antivenom, so I'm not saying that's the cure all, but I have done that. But
yeah,
so really I try to, about October, when it starts to get cold, I'll hunt sharp-tails in Idaho. I'm close to Idaho, probably a couple hours from the border, so we'll go chase sharp-tail and huns, and there's a little bit of chukars up there too, so
obviously your big bird, the one you love to chase is the chukar. What has drawn you to the chukar over the other birds? I mean, your email is Chukar Covey. So what has drawn you to the chukar over other species?
I would say the challenge, definitely, between the cover that they're in to the hike to them, because I'm sure you're here, if you haven't hunted them, they're usually at the top, or and if they're not at the top, then you've pushed them to the top. And I would say the challenge between the dog work, because it's one thing to have your dog go on point 300-400 yards, but is your dog going to be able to stay there by the time you get to your dog? And so it's a challenge, it's a challenge, and it's fun seeing your dog, when things work out the way they do. See it all come together, between honoring another dog, holding a covey. I've had,
when your dog points at 300 yards, are you just like shotgun around you, everything around you, and you just take off running?
Generally it's uphill, so you may go a few hundred steps, and
should just take a pedal bag out there.
Yeah, it's pretty. Utah's pretty steep, the Chukar hunt area. So
tell us about the terrain then.
So
how high are you getting up?
So you're
what kind of boots do you wear? That's one of the questions we always get. Boots. Tell us about your boots.
Yeah, I have crispy. I wear a lot of crispies. I have the Laponias, I have the Nevadas, I have the Colorados. I have 3 pairs of crispies. So it just depends on, kind of what I'm doing. The Colorado has a harder, kind of the harder sole. And if you're kind of backpacking, I feel like, when we do ptarmigan, and I did the Himalayan snowcock, wore those. I would say my go-to are either the Nevadas or the Laponias. So.
And is that just for comfortability, durability, stability?
Yeah, I would say, comfort, you buy once, cry once. It's taken me some time to learn that, that theory.
Yeah.
And I think the Nevadas have really, I think they have the Vibram sole, kind of a little harder sole where it can handle that shell, that shell rock, where it just doesn't totally trash your boots, so
Yeah.
you're not going to go through them through a season.
Do they usually last you a couple of years, or?
They'll last me a couple of years. So I wore my Laponias up Himalayan snowcock hunting, and when I came back, I hunted with them again, and I wore them out before the end of the season. So.
Oh, geez.
So.
Himalayan snowcock.
Yeah.
Heard of that bird?
Yeah, they're in.
I feel like that's a nickname your wife would give you, Himalayan snowcock.
Yeah, they're a bird. They were introduced to the Ruby Mountains in Nevada, back in the late '60s. It's the only place in the U.S. that they're at. So,
how's hunting those compared to chukars being up in the mountains? Is it similar, different?
I would say it's similar, but also more extreme. So we camped at about 10,800 feet.
Oh wow!
And Derek and I killed ours about, I think what is about 11.3.
Okay.
So.
Dang.
Yeah.
Are you guys carrying oxygen when you did that, or?
No, just so we backpacked.
Mount Everest.
I would have been. I think it's only like, I don't even know if we're at 5,000 feet out here in Iowa. I don't know what we are, but.
Well, I've climbed to 13,000-ish mountain, so I knew that 11.5 I'd be all right.
Yeah, yes, you'll make it.
Mount Elbert in Colorado, I climbed, hiked, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, go. You need to go snowcock hunting.
I can do it. Let's do it.
Put it on the list, man. Yeah.
Nevada.
Snowcock hunting, Nevada.
Yes.
God, all these new species.
Dude, there's a ton of upland species in
Tyler and I are just
the
like
US.
pheasant guys, and Iowa quail and some huns.
Yeah.
A couple woodcock here and there. Golly, this year we're going out to Wyoming and do some sage grouse, so that's going to be new.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So the experiences that we're running across are fantastic.
Yeah, that's what's so
True
cool.
Upland hunters.
Yes, there's so many species to and each one's different. So that's what's fun.
Yeah, that's the cool part about it is it can bring you to so many different parts of the U.S., so many different terrains, experiences.
Yep.
I think that's the.
Yeah.
So Alan, also looking at your Instagram page, you got a lot of good art. And there's some art behind your left shoulder. It looks like. So tell us about, is that something you've always done? What draws you to do that? Give some background on that.
When you can't, I feel like when I can't hunt them, or it's the way to scratch the itch. If I can't be out there, then I can live it through that. It's kind of the art mindset that I have, that when even when I'm hunting, I'm always like, oh, that'd be cool for that picture, and that's kind of what this one is I wanted to paint one of her kind of in motion, bringing me back a bird. And, so I actually struggled with my female retrieving, so I had a force fetcher, and that was a challenge, and I probably learned more than she did on that one. So yeah, it's kind of always been something I've been interested in, and I've never really painted until the last 5 years or so.
If I sent you a picture of something I wanted, could you do it?
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
What kind of file do you need? Just a regular picture?
Yeah. High quality is best, just so I can, I'm very detail oriented. So I can really
just so the listeners know, it's $1,000 a painting.
Yeah.
Nick,
Yeah, so I'm actually doing for a few people right now currently. So
nice.
Awesome.
Did you do like classes, or just self-taught?
Just self-taught. Yeah. Never took any classes or anything. Just, it's when I look at things, I try to just see what the shadows kind of, how to make things look 3D is. It's basically shadows, and that's kind of how I approach things. So when I paint like a dog or something like that, I kind of start with the eye and the nose and kind of around that. And because if you don't get that, the whole thing's off. The first thing at least when I look at a painting, I look at the face of the animal, and
Yeah.
if it's not right, then I don't really look at the rest.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I'm looking at your page now and seeing this. It's fantastic.
yeah, thank you.
I like your.
I still draw on stick figure people at 35. So
His daughter's 3 years old, draws better than he does.
No lie. That is not a lie.
Yeah, she's your retirement plan then.
She is.
I gotta ask you.
Didn't have kids for nothing.
Yeah, right. Yes. You got to mow the lawn.
Yeah.
Pick up the dog poop.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, what year is your Ford that you're driving?
It is a 1990.
Man, that thing
for
looks
sale.
like it's in super good condition.
Yeah, that's the as Derek would say, Ford freaking Ranger.
That's the Chucker Chaser.
That is the Chucker rig right there. So
is it for sale? Is the first question.
Everything's for sale for the right price.
That's
But man, it would
I'm up for a guided hunt,
Yes.
and then just drive that back.
Yes.
I'll
Come
just
on
fly
out.
out, use your gun, your dog, and I'll drive that back.
Oh, you got to bring your dog.
Oh,
You got to
well,
bring your dog.
I'll be all right with that too.
Yeah, heck yeah. Come on out.
We probably have to put some boots or something on our dogs. I don't know how they would do on that shell rock. That's got to be pretty tough on them.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna buy damn Crispies. That's what everybody tells me. I'm just gonna do it. I've heard that. I'm just gonna do it. I need new boots this year, and I was like debating on going. I don't know. We've gotten 3 or 4 different pairs thrown at us, and I was like,
yeah,
all right, maybe I'll do this. But more people have said Crispies than
yeah.
What was the break-in period like for those?
The Laponias were right out of the box. No break-in, but they have the softer sole. They don't have a Vibram sole. It's more of a kind of a rubber or like a foam kind of a pad down at the bottom. So those ones, were broken quick. The Nevadas, I would say probably about 30, 40 miles. After that, I felt pretty good. Yeah.
30, 40 miles or 30, 40 feet?
30, 40 mile chucker hunting, I should say. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you broke them in?
Yeah. Yep.
How many miles are you guys putting on a normal average day of chucker hunting?
We'll do anywhere from 10 to 15 miles.
What's your dog do?
About 30.
Wow. He's doubling.
Yeah. Yeah, you can count on your dog doing double. Yeah. And about anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 plus elevation gain. So
geez, you probably got some pretty big calves, don't you? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, show them online here. Let's see them.
I'm
joking. You don't need to.
All right, careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Nick, you just met the guy. Come on.
Yeah, yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
Don't need to be showing skin too early. Come on.
Right. Wait, I don't have my Crispies on, or I would.
Yeah.
So, with your boots, do you get insulated boots in? Are they insulated, all of them?
No, non-insulated. Yep.
Non-insulated. Okay.
Yeah, no. Yep.
So we've
My
heard
feet don't
that.
really get
So
cold though.
I always feel like in Iowa, man, you can have some days, and obviously Utah, I'm sure can get cold too. But then
Yeah.
everybody says, "Oh no, it's fine. You don't even need to be insulated." And I'm always like, I feel like my feet would get cold, but might just try and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Wear thick pair of socks.
Yeah. My feet don't get cold, but yeah, I haven't had an issue where,
What temperatures are you guys hunting out there?
Ideally I'd love to hunt chukars, around 30 degrees, or, I don't mind it colder.
Yeah.
I'd love it right after it snows, probably like you guys, where you can see some track. And,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And obviously they're a running bird.
Yeah. Covey bird. They'll run uphill, fly down, kind of a down interway. So that's back to the challenge of hunting chukar is when your dog points, it kind of depends on how your dog points. The covey is kind of all depends on how you approach the covey, and to be able to kill birds. Ideally I'd like my dog above me and I come down below, so they kind of have to pop, and naturally, they're not going to fly uphill, so they're either going to go one way or the other. So better chance of doubling on some birds.
Which shell you shooting at these bad boys?
Yeah, so the past couple years I've been shooting 7.5s. Honestly, I've been
specific brand.
I like the I like the Winchester. I like Winchester. I also like I don't know what everyone calls it, Fiocchi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Yeah. I think they have a really good shell. This past year I hunted the whole season with my 28 gauge. So
Nice.
So yeah.
Hey, you probably want a super light gun walking up
Yeah.
that elevation.
Yeah. I was able to take, pheasant and sage grouse with it and everything, so
Nice.
yeah.
What are a couple of your favorite chukar stories or upland game bird stories?
Oh man. I would say, as far as epic in my mind, is we flew into some remote wilderness in Idaho. We took 2 planes. It was me and the pilot and my dog and my friend and his friend and another plane and his dog. So there's 4 of us, but me and my one friend are the hunters. The other guys went to fly their planes and fish. So
Nice.
They flew us into some backcountry where there's no roads, and you can either raft down. I don't know if you heard of like the cast and blast, or they kind of have guides where they'll raft you down and you can fish, and then they'll stop the boat and then you can go hunt chukar, kind of a thing.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So we landed next to the
Cast and blast.
cast and blast. It's kind of like that, but we're not going down the river. We're flying right to it. So I would say the past couple of years we've done that, where we fly into the backcountry and go hunt chukars where nobody else has, or at least I feel like nobody else.
Yeah. How long are you out there when you go?
About a week.
So you camp for a week?
Yeah, camp for a week. Yep.
Oh, And I'm sure you have like no cell phone service, nothing.
No, yeah, that's what's nice about the 200i, is it's got the inReach, and so I'm able to keep in contact with home. And
So so you're out there for a full week. What gear are you taking, one, to keep your collars charged, your handheld charged up, and then like obviously you probably don't want to pack too heavy for setting up base camp. Tell us about what you're packing and that type of stuff.
Yeah, so this last time I brought a plus 15 bag, sleeping bag. And then I have a like a jeans blanket that my wife had made. So I'll lay that next to me for my dog, and because my dog will sleep. She doesn't sleep in my sleeping bag, but she'll sleep right next to me. So
keep her warm.
You got to keep her warm. Yep. So I'll have that. And as far as charging, I have like a little solar panel, kind of trickle charge some things during the day. Then I have like an external battery, like that'll charge my collars and stuff at night. And then I did buy an extra battery for my GPS for the 200.
Oh yeah, that's a good
so
idea too.
I'm able to get a couple days out of each battery.
Yeah. What are you guys packing in for food?
We actually we look pretty good. We'll buy some kind of breakfast burrito type stuff in the morning.
Oh,
yeah.
Some Jimmy Dean, like
yes,
biscuit deals. Yeah.
Yep. So we'll eat that, and then we'll kind of take turns of who's in charge of meals that night. And usually we're having some steaks or chukars, definitely.
How do you cook a chucker? I've never had.
Are they good eating?
They're very good.
We've heard we got a couple sharp tail, but they stunk to high hell, so we did not eat them.
And he must have hit like the stink sack or something, because it was the worst freaking smell.
Might have been sprayed by a skunk. Yes,
it was bad.
That's funny.
And then we heard that you're not supposed to. They're not good eating. So I was like, oh well, it's a good thing that we did that, because
you put enough seasoning on something that'll.
What do you do? Wrap it in bacon? Everybody
you
still
swallow it, right?
Right. No, chukars are very good. I think, in my opinion, they're better than chicken. It has more flavor than chicken. So, but like any game bird or game animal, if it's overcooked, you've lost the flavor. So
yeah,
you've got to watch it. But yeah, we'll just cook it over the fire. Just kind of grill it, basically, is what we did out there.
Is it a white meat?
Yeah, it's a white meat. Yep.
I'm not sure if it was white or red with as much as
it looks
they ran.
just like chicken. Like if I showed you it versus a chicken, you wouldn't know the difference. So
nice.
Yeah, it's very good.
So are you guys packing a cooler then to carry the steak and all that, or?
We'll have a little bit of a cooler, but it's cold enough. When we went in November, in fact, we timed the weather just right, where we'd fly for a little bit and then land and wait for some of the storms to pass and then fly some more. And then, so it was cold. It was cold enough. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
How long or how far mileage wise or into this back country are you guys going?
I'll have to look it up, but I mean, obviously there's no roads, but I think we
for your flight time.
We're about 3 to 4 hours from my place here.
Flight time?
Oh wow.
Flight time, yeah.
Dang, so you are pretty far.
So you're in there.
Yeah, we're back in there.
They'd never find you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah,
and you're going in November, you said?
Yeah, we typically like to go around the end of October, the 1st of November. Around it.
Are you using tents?
Yeah. Yep. We had a tent.
So they just the plane carries all the stuff. You unpack it. Does the plane leave then, or does the pilot stay with them?
No, the pilot stays. Yeah, we all hang out and.
Okay.
Yeah, they go fish. The 2 pilots go fish, or they'll go they'll fly to there's other little landing strips around. So they'll kind of go explore, why me and my friend Derek will go hunt, you know.
So you don't even have a guide. You just go out there with these two pilots. And
How'd you get hooked up with this?
You know, my friend Derek.
This isn't common, is it?
Yeah, no,
it doesn't sound common.
Yeah, no, my friend Derek, he's his friend and coworker. He's the one that has the plane, and it's his uncle has the other plane. So,
oh man,
yeah. So,
and how'd you guys come across this spot? Like, how'd you know where to fly into this backcountry?
Yeah, fly in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah. You know, like any good hunt starts, Google Earth.
That's a good story.
Yeah. Onyx, things like that. The pilot, they've been back in there, you know, camping at some point, and just doing research and yeah, just Google Earth. And
in Idaho, what kind of predators are there? Are there grizzly or there
there is, but
to carry a 357 or you just bear spray guy?
Just have my shotgun.
Have you seen predator when you're out in this excursion?
I haven't, but yeah. No.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anybody doing that.
Yeah, it's fun. That's why I mean,
what are you looking on X? What are you looking for?
You know, in like Chukar Country, you kind of look for some cheatgrass, kind of the rock bands, kind of like the shelf more toward the top. That's kind of what they eat, this cheatgrass, the little shoots that come up. That's primarily their diet. Obviously some insects, but mostly the cheatgrass. And they like the rock, kind of that cover, kind of that dead, a lot of deadfall, like dead cedar trees, things like that. They're kind of around that. That's kind of what's out by my place. If it's a burned area, it's within the next 2 years, it'll probably be a good spot for chukars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just because of the downed trees and stuff, or
down trees and things like that, and then that gives that.
Pretty soon you're gonna just start jumping out of airplanes, parachuting in, and just have the dog strapped to you and fucking landing and hunting.
Yes.
So you said
it's crazy.
You've been doing the flying in on the plane for, you said, a couple of years now?
Yeah, a couple of years now. Yeah. Yep. We've done that for a few years, and yeah, we tried to do. What's that?
Go ahead.
Well, we try to do like one thing, you know, big for the year, like to start off the year, you know, like, so the past couple of years we've done the Himalayan snowcock, or we'll go ptarmigan hunting, things like that, you know, somewhere where we go kind of pack back in and camp, and then.
That's crazy.
Were you a Boy Scout?
I was, yes.
So you got some experience.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Experience with.
Yeah. What is this?
Yeah. Yes. There you go. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Mine was this. Good.
Have you had any crazy stories from flying in, like running into something random that, I mean?
No, not really. I mean, it's funny because I love doing that stuff, but I get really anxious about it, if that makes sense. You know, like, I hope this goes to plan. You know, first year I did it, my friend was, you know, Derek was telling me, you know, you may want to up your life insurance. So
did you up it?
What's that?
Did you up it?
I did. I legitimately did. Yes. Well, you said, you know, once you're coming into land, you're committed. You know, if there's elk on the runway, you're either taking them out or you're taking out the side of the mountain. So,
Oh shit.
you know, once you're committed, you know, you can kind of do maybe a little bit of a look, you know, make sure there's nothing there, but it's down in those deep canyons like that, you can't just pull out, you know, those airplanes aren't
built for that.
Yeah, not built for that. So
you're landing on land when you guys.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were taking a.
Yeah, there's a little dirt landing strip. Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot, that is nuts.
Yeah, everyone needs to experience it.
Have you ran into like any bad storms being out there or anything?
No, not really. No, I mean, like I said, we just
the all-time hunt. Nothing wrong. Let's just do
it. Yeah, we just tried to time it when we went out, and then we were, you know, the pilots are very knowledgeable. They know, you know, basically meteorologists. They know, you know, high pressure, you know, low pressure, all this, you know. So they're watching that stuff when we're out hunting. So it's either we're going to be there for a while or we got to get out now, and kind of a thing, you know. The plan is to stay for a week, but if something changes, you got to be ready to move. So, but
that is wild.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
It sounds like one of those Alaskan hunts where they're flying in on those, you know, planes that land on water and get off and then go shoot a grizzly and drag it down to shore and hop back in and you fly back out.
Yeah, the pilot leaves you and you do your thing. And
it's like that Survivor guy who gets dropped off and whatever his name is, can't think of it. Top of my head.
Grills.
Yeah. They just drop him off and we'll see you in a week.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're not dead.
Yeah, hopefully we do.
I'll be eating deer shit to stay alive.
Yeah, hopefully you do kill a bird. So
no kidding. Do you
hopefully you're a good hunter.
Have you had to use the inReach at all?
You know, just never for anything life saving or anything like that, just to keep in contact with, you know, with my wife and things like that at home.
Yeah. You just text off that, or how's that work? I don't even know.
Yeah, you can set it up where you can either, you know, it depends on the plan that you have, but you can text from it, you know.
Just like any normal text, or is it like pre?
You can have, there's preset ones. So if you kind of went with more of a basic plan, then the preset ones, you know, don't cost you anything. If you want to text something else, then I can't remember what it is. They give you so many, or you can up your plan and just do it unlimited or whatever. So
it's basically a cell phone without
pretty
calling.
much.
Is it pretty expensive to do
that? I think I'm about $35 a month, the one I have. So
is that unlimited or?
No, I do the preset ones. Just so I'll just text my wife like my coordinates. And then she can track it. She can get online and actually see the alpha move, you know, on the mountain. So she knows where I'm at. But
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Could she respond back to it? Like if you send her something, could she text back and you'll get it?
Yeah, she'll text back, you know, or, you know, she'll kind of ask me questions that I know that I have the presets to, because I'm like, I have yes, no, and things like that. So she'll be like, you know, are you having fun? Yes.
Are you starving?
I mean,
no.
So
that would be.
So, I mean, I run it first thing, you know, I basically run it from the start of the season, because there's a lot of times I don't have service even out by my place, you know. So
is it online? You just go to Garmin.com for like
it's the Explorer, Garmin Explorer.
Okay.
And so you can have the app, you can even run the app on your phone.
Okay.
And text it from your phone, but it's still sending from your
and
Garmin.
Then so like for your wife to see where your location is, that's just on that Garmin Explorer app as well.
Yep.
Nice. Does it follow the dogs too?
No,
Probably
I don't think it does.
Yeah, Tyler wants Haley to know where the dogs are at when he's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, more worried about them than me.
That's probably why my wife's.
Yeah, she'd be
Where
like,
the dogs at? Oh,
go
I can
find the
see
dogs.
they're 100 yards in front of you. You're not
Don't
moving,
come
but
home
they are.
without-
You okay? I'm
Yeah,
not worried about them. The dogs are still moving.
yeah,
Don't
Other-
come home without them.
Yeah. You'll be dead if you do anyway. So don't come home.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that sounds crazy. I've never heard of doing
Hey.
that. That would be.
So Tyler, when we go to Wyoming this year, I'm gonna have to have a couple presets as well, so I can text my wife from here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
$200.
Dogs are okay.
yeah, we are alive.
Nick's good, having fun. Feel like shit. Drink way too much last night.
Yeah.
That would be the worst. Being out in the middle of nowhere and just being hungover. Ugh, can't even imagine that.
Yeah, we don't drink when we go out.
Yeah.
I don't drink, but we definitely don't drink when we go. But yeah,
I don't think
We
that'd
go
be
to hunt.
enjoyable.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Are you putting more miles on those days when you're out there traveling, or pretty similar?
I'd say pretty similar, but it's the back to back to back. That
That
can
would be tough.
It's tough. At least I'm sure some people it's not tough for them, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you're walking 15 miles a day on terrain
Yeah.
that's ever changing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's wild.
Yeah.
Is that so you're doing that every year? Is that do you have any other trips you do?
Yeah.
Or where do you hunt ptarmigan at?
Yeah, fly into Hawaii and
There are chuckers there. Ptarmigan, we'll go. There's ptarmigan in Utah.
Okay.
We talked about going to Colorado possibly this next year.
I was not on your map. I was on your map.
You know what? I have hunted South Dakota and Nebraska. I never hunted Iowa. So
It's
It's not.
not much
Yeah.
different than South Dakota and Nebraska.
No, it's
but-
not much. It's not.
it was fun. It was definitely an experience that you have this expectation, at least I did in my mind, of like all the YouTube videos where all these pheasants are going everywhere, and you're going to limit
Yeah.
out in a couple hours, and it wasn't like that for at least for me.
It's not like that for
Yeah,
us
we
either.
we've never
Yeah.
had that either. Where they're just everywhere. I'm sure if
Okay.
you got on some super good private ground,
Yeah.
you'd have that.
I mean,
but-
this past year we have some private ground. In South Dakota, we had some big flushes, I would consider, they're 50,
Yeah.
60 birds in them. But
Yeah.
it wasn't like you see some of these videos and you're like, hey, shot 30 birds in 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know if
great.
I'd want to anyway, I mean, that's,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really hunting at that point.
I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, I hunt with an over under, I'd say the majority of the time. Because I want to hunt birds, if I wanted to kill birds, it's different,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
kill birds, So
Which over and under do you have?
I have the CZ for my the 28 gauge. I have a CZ, the Drake. So
Okay.
Pretty light gun.
it's about 6 pounds. Is that what
Nice.
Yep.
yeah, about 6 pounds. It's one of those guns that I feel like when I fall, and I get it scratched, that I don't feel as bad,
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah.
Do you have any goals or things you're looking to accomplish in the next year and coming years with your upland hunting?
Yeah, I'd like to get a prairie chicken is definitely on the list
Yeah.
for me,
I was I was talking to, I can't think of which grouse place it was at Pheasant Fest, but they were telling me that the prairie chicken may potentially go on the endangered species list.
Yeah, that's what I hear. And
So
yeah,
you're gonna have to get on that.
yes, I need to scratch that off the list. Yeah,
They're saying like in the next year or two, if you're looking to get after them, to get after them.
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing I heard. So that's kind of been the motivation, and that was, the sage grouse are, they're always the talk, whether they're going to be too. So so I think that's smart for you guys to go up there. And
we're looking super forward to that.
Yeah.
Hopefully get a nice boomer.
Yeah. Heck yeah. My first sage grouse I shot over it because I didn't expect it to be, I've heard that they sound like a Huey helicopter when they get up, and they're slower, but yeah, they were the one that I initially missed was slower, and I shot over it. I was like, whoa, I guess,
Did they have that like loud sound?
I'll end up having one get up in front of me, and I'll wait a little longer, but it won't be near long enough, and I'll blow the shit out of it. And then that'll be the only one I get the whole time, and I want to mount one, and I'll be like, God damn it.
That'll probably be what you do.
Yeah.
That will be exactly what happens to me. Like, I waited.
Yeah. Just be patient. Let it get out there.
Didn't wait like I necessarily would on the pheasant, but I don't really wait on those either because they're fast.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can tell myself too, but it's so hard. It's so hard.
Just want to, and never hunting it. I'm gonna want to get one. So.
Yeah.
Well, and then we got 4 other guys. Well, Tyler and then 3 other guys. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't want everybody shooting at it. I just want to get it before they do.
Okay, you want to be confident you're the one that hit it.
Yes. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah.
Nick has a happy trigger finger.
Very quick. It's very quick.
Yeah.
I'll say I'm not going to shoot anymore, and then I kind of wait, and I feel like nobody's shooting, and I didn't think you were going to shoot it. I'm like, well, I waited, and you guys were like,
didn't give me
the bird.
You didn't give me the opportunity.
Yeah, well, then be a little quicker, because my gun's up before you even got yours to the shoulder. I'm ready to shoot.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's funny.
What happened to me this past year, I had a guy, I don't know, we were in a field, and some good private ground that we got, and I don't know, I shot like 4 of basically the first 4 birds for whatever reason were just in where I was walking.
Yeah.
Like, all right, not shooting anymore. Got 4 of them. Tyler and Matt, you got the next ones, and come around a corner, and one gets up between Matt and I, and I'm like sitting there, and I'm like, the fuck is he doing? And it like keeps getting farther away. So I shoot it, and he goes, I didn't think you were gonna shoot. I go, well, I said, you're sitting there. He goes, never gave me an opportunity.